Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute since I've filmed, and today I thought that I would do something different. I'm going to be doing an eye art look today, so doing more of like a picture on my eye sort of thing. And today I'm going to be doing a tribute to my cat Foxxy. I have been wanting to do a look like this for a long time, but I didn't feel like I was emotionally ready to do this sort of expression. So my cat Foxxy was about 4 years old when she disappeared, and that was in it was around 4th of July last year, so it's been about 8 months since she's been gone. And I don't really know what happened to her, but I did check all the shelters, I checked rescues, I checked the neighborhood, I asked all my neighbors if they've seen anything, I walked surrounding neighborhoods, I walked my neighborhood, I searched for months. I still get email updates regularly from a automated system that tells me about new cats that have been picked up. I don't know if she ran away or because she got scared of fireworks, or I also live in a coyote prone neighborhood, and I don't know if that's something that happened to her. Nobody ever saw anything, nobody heard anything, and she's been gone for 8 months, so I have to assume that she's not coming back. You always hear about these like miracle stories on TV, and I guess that's something that always keeps me holding on some small amount of hope. It's something that keeps me holding on some small amount of hope in the back of my mind that maybe there's a chance that someday she'll come home. Another reason I really wanted to do this look was because I think as an artist, art itself is one of those things that we express our feelings. It's a form of expressing who we are as people and our personality, our memories, our thoughts, our ideas, our goals. It's a way to express all of those things, and this is something that's been very painful for me and something very hard that I've gone through, and I think this would be a really good way for me to kind of heal, work through my feelings, share some of that personal feeling and inside of my life with you. And I'm hoping that it will help bring some closure, some acceptance, and help me work through those feelings that I have about the situation. She was really special to me, and she was one of my first pets that was my pet, not my parents' pet. She was mine, and I really bonded with her over the years. I was one of the only people she would even approach. She was kind of a skittish cat. She had been a feral stray that I found. And I was one of the few people she trusted, and she and I would cuddle all the time together, and I miss her a lot. Today I really wanted to do an eye look that was a tribute to her. So we'll see how this comes out, and we'll take you through the process. And if this is something you're interested in seeing, then please keep on watching. If this is something you end up recreating or doing, or you have some sort of tribute to your pet, please tag me. I would love to see that. Also, please stay tuned till the end because I have something special that I want to do in honor of Foxxy, and I will also add some pictures of us together at the very end so you can see her and learn a little bit about her. So please keep on watching, and let's get started. Okay, so I wanted to kind of show you my process when I'm doing something creative or a little bit out of the ordinary. This eye look, I have not done it before. I haven't practiced it at all. I've never done it on my eye. I've just done some rough sketches. So I wanted to show you what that kind of looks like for me. I found a random envelope in my room, and you can see I just kind of did like vague sketches of cats. This would be my eye and my brow, a crease, the cat. There's some sketches of a cat. Also on my hand, I've done some sketches of maybe some ideas of something I want to do with this look. So I just kind of want to show you what that process looks like. My idea was I kind of wanted to do like some sort of cut crease. I don't know how to say the artist's name, but if you've seen Cupelli, I don't know how you say her name, but if you've seen her, she's done some cat inspired or cat eye looks before. So it's going to be kind of inspired by her, but with, you know, inspired from my cat Foxy as well. And she would always sit up on this wall in our backyard, and she would stretch out there and just like lay in the sun all day. And so I wanted to do like a cut crease, and so this would be kind of like the wall, and I want to do her kind of stretching out on the wall like cats do when they have their butt in the air, and maybe some like pretty flowers around her or something, and just make it like a little scenery of something that she really loved. So that's kind of my idea, and that's what we'll roll with, and I'll get started on the actual makeup part now, but I wanted to show you part of the process. Alright, so first I'm going to start out with the Danessa Myricks. This is the Color Fix. It's like a cream color and it dries down, and I'm going to be using primary yellow, and I'm going to start creating a cut crease with that. Now I'm going to take a little bit of Sugar Pill Butter Cupcake, which is this yellow right here, and I'm going to blend a little bit of that into, or a little bit above the crease too, just to kind of soften up that yellow a little bit. Okay, now we have that yellow kind of done here. It's nice and soft and gradient looking. I wanted to do yellow because it'll kind of look, when we do the cat with the liner, it'll kind of look like she's silhouetted with like a halo. So it's very symbolic, I guess. And I'm gonna go in with some Makeup Geek Americano eyeshadow. Just gonna start sketching underneath that yellow with the darker brown. I'm going to be taking this brush, I don't know what it is, but it's just kind of like a flat shadow brush, and I'm going to take the shade Frappe from Makeup Geek. I'm just going to take more of that Americano shade, and I'm going to blend that down. I'm going to take a little bit of Makeup Geek Corrupt eyeshadow. I'm going to take a little bit on that wing liner brush, and I'm just going to build up the color right on the very top of that crease, just a little bit, to make it look a little more solid for the ground that she will be standing on. So now we have Foxy's wall done, we have the kind of soft background shade done, and I guess now I will take some liner and try and sketch out Foxy herself. It's going to be kind of like a simple silhouette of a cat, and I'll do her stretching out just right in the center over the arch of the wall. Alright, for this part I will be using the Eve Pearl Smudge Proof Liquid Eyeliner in the shade Black Pearl. This is my favorite eyeliner. You can see I already made a markup here because I thought I was like gonna go in and just do it without telling you what I was using. As my hands were shaking so hard trying to hold my mirror and film this. I'm just taking a little bit of Danessa Myricks and the Color Fix in yellow, and I'm going to see how that erases certain parts of this, so we'll see. Basically just kind of adding yellow into areas I feel like really need to be cleaned up, and then I'm going to go back in with the black eyeliner when I'm done to like refine the shape of the cat. So I have a mirror kind of anchored down now, and I'll try and stay on screen while I work on this because that's a problem I have. So I'm liking the way that looks so far. Do some refining obviously, and then I'll add the white in. She'll need some white right around the face up here, and then on each of her paws had a little bit of white. And then that's all the white that I'm going to add because that's all she had. Right now I'm just going to do a winged liner and kind of wing that out up over here. Alright, now I have a pretty good winged liner going, and yeah. Anyway, so I decided that this kind of looks a little bit more satin and shiny than I would like it to. The Eve Pearl liner has more of like a satin finish rather than a matte finish. So I'm going to go over the top of it with this Lancome Grandiose liner. This is a really super matte black liner. So I'm just going to kind of shake it up, and I'm just going to go over the top of that cat design, and this will matte it out. Okay, now that I have the cat pretty much done, it looks pretty nice and matte, I'm going to go in with a white eyeliner. This is the NYX Cosmetics colored felt tip liner, and it's white. And I don't know how well this is going to work layered over the black, but we shall see, and I'll try it out right now. So it did an okay job at kind of like mapping out approximately where I need it, but I don't feel like it's like pigmented enough. So I'm going to grab some white body paint and see how that works out. I'm going to use the NYX Cosmetics felt tip liner, but I'm going to dip this into white body paint. Now I'm going to go back in with the black again and just clean up any of these weird little like out of place marks, and clean up that white and kind of line it out a little bit better. I gotta tell you guys, it's not very easy filming this and creating it, because usually when I'm like working on some eye art, I like lean in like this. I'm real close. So it's kind of hard for me to be like a reasonable distance away from my mirror while still being in the camera and like filling all this in. So anyway, I'm gonna go in with that liner now and clean up the edges of that black. Sorry, the edges of the white, that's what I meant. The edges of the white. That looks a lot like her. That looks nice. I really like it. I'm just gonna let that liner dry down. It looks like my camera battery is dying again because I didn't let it charge that much, so I will be right back. So I'm gonna start adding some like plants around. Like, she really liked to hang out on the wall right in the bushes where like some of the trees grew up over the wall. So I'm gonna kind of like do some plants and flowers coming down around the liner area. So I'm gonna be first going in with the NYX Cosmetics Vivid Bright Liner. And this is in the shade Vivid Envy. And I'm just gonna kind of start dotting. I want it to look intricate without it actually being super detailed. So we're just gonna dot as if there's a bunch of leaves there. So I took some Midori eyeshadow from Sugar Pill and I mixed it with Inglot Duraline, which is just a nice mixing medium. And I'm using a Smith 202 brush, and I'm just going to kind of dot a different tone of green in there. Now I'm going to take the NYX Cosmetics Aqua Luxe Glam Liner. And this is in the shade Glam Lagoon, and it kind of has like a sparkle to it, and it's more of like a tealy color, but I think adding a little bit of texture with some sparkle would be really nice. going to go in with the NYX Cosmetics Vivid Bright Eyeliner in the shade Vivid Violet, and I'm going to kind of create like little simple looking flowers. And now I'm going to take the NYX Cosmetics Vivid Bright, and this is in the shade Vivid Halo, and it's just a nice yellow color. And I'm going to dot between each of those flowers to give them a center. Kind of ties a little bit of that yellow in too. I think it just makes it look like a nice little plant. Okay, so I'm going to start working on my lower waterline, and I'm going to make that yellow. But in order to make that yellow, I actually don't have like a yellow liner that I would use in my waterline, so I'm going to go in with the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk, which is just like a white cream makeup product, and I'm going to layer yellow shadow over the top of that. So I just start by just lining that with the white. Inevitably, I will probably get yellow eyeshadow in my eye. It just happens to me every single time, but I don't see another way around it, so don't mind me if I get eyeshadow in my eye. Hey guys, so I finished up this waterline right here. My camera battery died when I was right in the middle of it, but you kind of saw what I was doing. So I went ahead and finished that up. While I was waiting for my camera battery to charge, it's been like half an hour since my camera cut out, I decided that I do want to bring some of the plant down on this side. I was kind of debating how I wanted to do that, but looking at the balance of the picture so far and kind of how I want to finish up the bottom part down here, I feel like it just needs a little something over here. So I'm going to do a tiny bit of the plant coming in on that inner corner over here just to add balance to the whole picture, and plus she would always kind of hide in all the bushes there, so it wasn't just like an open part over here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that part. I'll probably just do it off camera since you already saw how to do it over here, and this will also help save my battery until I get a backup. But yeah, so I'll be right back. Continuing with the tutorial. So I'm going to use the Lit Cosmetics glitter in the shade Spark, and I'm going to add that to the inner corner just to make it nice and glitzy and bright. Okay, so I had thought about exactly what I want to do on like the lower lash line right here, and I think I'm going to blend just a little bit of regular green eyeshadow, not like a plant like this, but just a tiny bit of green eyeshadow into the brown and kind of taper it to get dark as I get to the shadow over here. That'll bring a little bit of the green down here, but keep it very simple, and it'll kind of like balance the whole portrait in my opinion. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a little bit of Sugar Pill Midori eyeshadow, which is what I used partially in the plants up here, and I'm just going to blend a little bit of that from the yellow down like the first quarter of my eye. I'm going to go back in and blend out Makeup Geek Latte and Americano eyeshadows, which is what I used on the lid up here. Alright guys, so I'm going to be using the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. I'm going to add that to my lashes, top and bottom. Now I'm going to throw on some lashes. I'm going to be using the House of Lashes Iconic Lashes. These are my favorite lashes of all time, hands down, every lash ever. This is my favorite lash. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I know it looks a little funny because I don't have one eye done, but anyways, I hope you enjoyed going through this process with me, and even though you might not know it, you've really helped me a lot through this process. I think kind of talking it through and you know, not being forced to, but putting myself in the position where I'm going to think about it and apply it into a form of art where I don't have to directly look at her pictures, but I can, you know, make some sort of expression of her life and her. I think it's really helped me process my feelings a lot, so even though you didn't know that you were helping me out, you really have, and I appreciate that. If you happen to do any sort of tributes for anyone that you've lost, whether it's a pet or maybe a family member, and you've done some sort of like photography or painting or makeup or some sort of art of it. I would love to see it if you would like to share it with me, so please tag me in it, or if you do anything like this in the future, again, please tag me. I do love seeing everyone else's art, and I love finding other talented artists out there who inspire me. So definitely do that. And as a last thing for Foxxy, I wanted to ask you all to please comment down below and let me know who your favorite animal rescue is and why they're your favorite animal rescue. You don't have to put why, you can just leave their name, and I'm going to be doing some research on all of them. I'm going to pick one of my favorites. I'll let you know the timeline on my Instagram because I don't know how long it's going to take me to edit this video. And I'm going to pick one of those animal rescues that I really like their message and the work they do and what they stand for, and I'm going to donate $100 in honor of Foxxy to them. Don't mind my phone going off. In honor of her again. So yeah, just let me know, and if you want to stay tuned, I'm going to add some pictures of her at the end so you can see pictures of Foxxy. So thank you again for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. All of it is Andeedoll. Find me on there, and if you have any comments or questions or anything, leave them down below or contact me on any of my social media and I will be happy to write you back. Thank you so much again for joining. I don't know how many times I keep saying thank you, and I'll see you guys later.